Hello, my name is Sabrina Woodruff and I am the Superintendent of Greeneview Schools. With the ballot issue on March 19th, this is the fifth in a series of short video clips that address some of the questions and feedback that came up in November. One item that seemed to come up was general confusion about how school finance works. We heard feedback like, live within your means. We wanted to take this opportunity to provide a little more information about the school construction process, especially when it comes to the finances. Let's start with the fundamentals. A school's revenue comes from local taxes, state and federal aid, and other non-tax revenue, with 52% of funding coming from state and federal sources. State and federal grants come in the form of restricted funds, meaning that they're distributed for specific purposes and cannot be used alternatively. There are non-tax revenues, like school fees, preschool tuition, and donations that make up about 7% of the overall budget. The remainder of the budget, about 41%, comes from local taxes. Now that we've identified the sources of revenue, we need to look at the different types of funds. There's the general fund, which is the operating fund of the district. The largest piece of this pie goes to salaries and benefits, with building and department budgets accounting for the other slices. There's student activity funds, which is where our clubs and teams are able to raise and spend money for specific purposes, like to fund prom or to donate to a local charity. The middle school crochet club, selling the items they've made to donate to Jamestown Families Cancer Care, is a good example. There's trust funds, where money is given to the district with specific instructions of distributions, like the many local scholarships our gracious alumni and families award to our graduating seniors each year. There's special revenue funds that are restricted for specific expenditure purposes, like food service funds and federal grant funds, for example. There are capital project funds, which are used for capital improvement projects, maintenance and repairs of school property, and certain equipment items that are designed to last 5 or more years. And then there's a bond retirement fund, which is home of the funds raised in a ballot issue. These funds can only be used to pay down the principal and interest of the construction project. School finance does not operate the same way as your home budget, but if we think of it in terms of a home budget, most homes have a mortgage. That's not necessarily a bad thing. If you're looking to purchase a home valued at $100,000, you likely don't have $100,000 in your bank account, but your financial documents show that you have been responsible and can be trusted to pay down the $100,000 over time. This isn't a perfect parallel to school construction because district revenue comes from taxes, but it's a helpful comparison to understand how the process works. When it comes to school construction and renovation, a school district goes to the ballot for a bond issue, which is similar to a mortgage, even in term length. A standard mortgage term is 30 years. The length of our bond issue is 37 years, which is pretty typical for school district bonded debt. The last time a bond issue was passed in the Greeneview Local School District was 1998 for the construction of Greeneview High School. Since the bond issuance, the district has refinanced these bonds twice, which has saved $500,000 over the course of the bond. And with the increased property valuations, the price per $100,000 home has dropped to $4.93 per month. These bonds fall off in December of 2026, and the district intends to work with our municipal advisors and bond underwriters to hopefully defer tax collection on the new bond issue until the old bond issue drops off residents' tax bills. Fiscal responsibility is not something that our treasurer, Mrs. Inga Fisher, and I take lightly, and we would rather be proactive than reactive. It's why we were intentional in seeking out a combined bond issue and PI levy, which allows for the care and maintenance of our facilities, keeping us from returning to the taxpayer on this project. Please be sure to check out our financial FAQ document. We'd also be happy to answer any questions you have via email at ballot@greeneview.org. Thank you for your time, and be sure to check back for video number 6.